Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there's a new top Roblox game in town. And it's actually good. It's not Brain Knot, it's not Skibidi Toilet, it's not Grow a Garden. It's an actual game, and it's fun. This game is called The Forge, and I just did a live stream of this game, in chat. It's very fun. And it does have a little bit of RNG in the game, but it's mainly just, not RNG. It's mainly like, skill. They have a lot of skill in the game when you're doing the Forge part of the game. And yeah, chat, it's a great game. And chat, because of this game, Steal a Brain Rot has dropped in players. It was actually above Steal a Brain Rot for a good amount of time. Now, unfortunately, it's not always above Steal a Brain Rot or Plants vs. Brain Rots, but a lot of the time it has actually been overtaking Steal a Brain Rot, which is great. Now, the core aspect of this game is mining, fighting, and then forging. So, you're basically like a blacksmith in this game, and you get to, like, you mine, and then you fight, and then you level up. Using the levels, you can do more stuff with the levels, and you do all these quests. And chat, it's not like just a simulator game or anything, or just a Brain Rot Tycoon game. It's actually a real game, chat. Like, even if you don't like fish or games that are RNG games but still high quality, this is above an RNG game. It's like there's fighting, there's like I feel like there's something for everyone in this game. In chat, this game doesn't have too much pay to win. Most of the pay to win is there is like a character roles, like it's called races. There's different races, and the best race is like a 0.5 chance. That's basically the most pay to win thing they have in the game. Besides that, there's not much pay to win. There's a lot of like convenience game passes, like sell from anywhere and stuff like that, but that's not too pay to win. Like, you're not gonna absolutely be like way better than everyone else. There's no like double XP or double cash game passes as far as I've seen. So yeah, it's not very pay to win. So chat, today I'm gonna be reacting to this video by a guy called TechieOP. He's a very underrated YouTuber. Definitely would recommend. Now this guy's hating. He's saying that it's just a fish clone. It's not. There's some aspects of the game that are similar to fish, but it's definitely not a fish clone, chat, dude. I would not agree with that. I feel like this guy has just seen the game and he hasn't actually played it. But anyways, we're not watching that video because that guy's just a hater. We're watching this guy.
So, Roblox's new obsession has dropped, and it's basically fish mixed with dungeon quest called The Forge. And today,
I've never played Dungeon Quest, but it is a lot like fish.
I'll describe my journey and see if the game was worth the sudden popularity.
I'd say it was. I'd say it was.
Exhibit A, the
Better
early
than
beginnings of The Forge. So, loading into The Forge, we are met with a tutorial where you meet Sensei Moru, who, like every other quest giver in this game, will make your experience of this game a living hell with their extremely grindy quests.
Oh yeah, the quests are pretty grindy. It is kind of like a bandit beater sometimes.
Then you are snapped right into the ever so familiar race reroll screen, which I have increasingly grown to hate over time. And
I haven't seen this in many games because I don't play a lot of games that have stuff like this.
In this game, there's basically like maybe 4 actual useful races out of 13, those being Dwarf, Angel, Demon, and Goblin, because of their
Oh, I actually have Goblin. Okay, I thought Goblin was bad, but I guess Goblin is good.
passive, which can either help you mine better or, in the case of Demon, help you out in the PvE of this game. Only good part about this race system is how different each one looks. Of course,
PvE is actually, I think, more important than mining.
I didn't get any of the mythics because of course not. And I settled with the dwarf because it helped me mine quicker. So I'ma just have to be 3 foot for the rest
Everyone
of the
in
game.
my chat, when I was streaming this game, everyone in my chat had Dwarf. And Dwarf was like the best one in the game, I'm pretty sure. That's like easy to obtain. Dwarf, and then Goblin is probably the second best.
Game are absolutely terrible. Not to mention they barely give them out and only give you a couple rerolls because the devs want people to spend thousands on rerolls, which I simply won't fall for.
Chat, I think the rerolls, it's not a good like monetization mechanic, but that's like the main way they make money.
Then you are instructed to go to the mines and start your dose of work for the day. This is the core gameplay of The Forge. Mining rocks.
Chat, it is a very basic game, but
literally,
I think it's still more than fish. I think this game there's still more to do than in fish.
I basically got tricked into becoming one of my ancestors for a day. The orders you get only really matter if they have a passive that helps with the forging part of the game, like Poopite, which has the passive of poisoning enemies, which I'm sure some of the Forge player base.
Okay, I haven't heard of this. I didn't know there was passives and stuff.
also has if they're not showering. But once you get done wading in the water, you go back to learn how to forge, which is the second most important part.
The forging part is pretty fun.
Heavily inspired by literally a cool math game I used to play in the computer lab called Jack Smith.
I've never heard
a lot
of
of
this.
the ores that don't have buffs are kind of useless, I'm not gonna lie. Weapons can either be super fast, like the gauntlets.
I gotta study this game, because this game, well, it's like anyone can pick up this game, but like the ores and stuff all have different effects.
Or katana, or super slow like the gut sword. And low key, honestly, you should go for attack speed every single time in this game because the DPS is super high on the fast weapons. But armor has another issue. Basically, every armor type that isn't heavy is useless because the armor types below heavy don't have nearly as much defense and don't provide any extra buffs like to your attack or speed and whatnot.
Bro, this guy is a nerd. How is he analyzing all this?
So what's the point of ever going light or medium armor? Something I hope they fix as the game gets.
Doesn't light probably make you go faster?
Update.
That's what I would say.
Of course, it's like it's twin fish. You can upgrade pickaxes, which have a luck multiplier, and mine power/speed, which some ores will actually require you to have before you mine them. You also have potions and totems, which can.
That's the main progression. I think the main progression is probably the pickaxes.
Help you while you're mining, whether that be mining speed.
And then the quests are super important. Usually in games, I feel like a lot of Roblox games, the quests are secondary. In this game, I feel like the quests are the main way you make money.
Speed or luck. But other than that, of course, is the PvE you could do in this game, which consists of parry
at least
and
they are
ones.
so far.
The parry usually is very inconsistent due to the lag that is very present in this game, which made
that is true.
Times, but it
the
could
combat,
be a issue.
It looks cool, but like when you're actually playing it, it's not very fun.
I don't know at this point. But also the mobs in this game early on basically all function the same. 2-in-1s and that's it. Which makes honestly farming better weapons early on kind of pointless. Because you just run through any mob no matter what weapon you have.
No, but you do more damage so you get to them faster.
As long as it's decent.
That's not very true.
Oh my god, yo!
But why is everyone hating on this game?
The mobs also drop runes for
It's still way better than Steel Brainer. I would play this over Steel Brainer 100 times out of 10.
your weapons and pickaxe to make them better. Now on to the quests that are found on this first island. You have a couple basic ore and you know, the bandit beater quest, and then you have the other two.
I mean, the bandit beater, they're not just bandit beater quests. It'll at least, like Bloxfoot, it's just like defeat 5 bandits, defeat 6 snowmans, defeat 10 pirates. But in this game, it's at least like defeat 10 of one kind of enemy, and then defeat 5 of another kind, and then sometimes I also throw in like mine a certain type of ore a few times. It's still very basic, but it's still more than Bloxfoot.
Main quest being the Bard quest, where you must find a guitar hidden in the mines. This also allows you to get a key.
They have something like that. I like quests like that, where you have to find stuff. I don't actually like doing them. I'd rather do the bandit beater quests, but I think it's nice that they have that in there.
One of the best axes in the game, the arcane axe.
Yeah, I unlocked that. I unlocked that during my stream, chat. Go back and watch my stream if you want to see me play it. Or on my clips channel, I did a edited video of me playing it.
Which leads you to the
By the way, chat, like and subscribe.
First designed quest in the game. But you aren't going to be on the first island for too long, but honestly, dare I say, it wasn't too bad.
He's calling them islands.
Of an experience.
This is not One
Piece. The second world, mainly due to there being less grind, but that's besides the point. Also realize the index and achievement system is like mad important.
Oh, I didn't even look at the index.
Index gives you tons of cash.
I did not know this, chat. I was behind on cash the whole time I was playing this game.
Cash and the achievement system helps you get buffs in various ways. I straight up cheesed the critical chance one with the lucky block glitch. If you know, you know. Oh, I'm gonna cry, bro. There's no way I max this thing out, bro. I can't. You know, I eventually had to analyze the story of this game to see just how pay to win it is. And on a scale of
I don't think it's too pay to win.
1 to 10, I'll give it about a 5 or a 6.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's actually like pretty good for Roblox games, especially the top Roblox games. The top Roblox games are all super pay to win. Like Royale Garden, you can buy the best thing in the game. Steel Brainer, you can buy secrets immediately.
You have about 6 game passes, and the only ones that are worth it is Better Forge, which allows you to basically get Mastercraft items from forging every time.
I did Fast Forge.
Or suffer from like bad internet. Fast Forge, which allows you to skip the annoying bucket pouring and the gooning sesh at the beginning. Supporter, which gives you a luck boost and an EXP boost, which will
really? Usually supporter's like the worst game pass.
Always be useful in this.
Supporter passes are coming back.
Hell of a game. But as I
it's not that bad.
Kept playing, I realized something very.
I think this just isn't this guy's type of game.
Interesting. This game is basically an RNG game disguised as an RPG.
It is. It is an RNG game, chat. I will say, there's a lot of RNG. No, it's not just an RNG game, because the whole game isn't around RNG. Like, the quests aren't RNG most of the time. It's 90% of the quests aren't RNG. Like, it's not having to get, like, a certain type of medal or anything. I wouldn't say... If there's RNG elements, maybe it's partially an RNG game, but, it's like a bandit beater mixed with an RPG game. Yeah.
Because literally everything in this game is RNG based.
No, that's not true. The quests aren't.
Ores you mine, the type of weapons and armor you...
That's not true, because, okay, the quests aren't. When you do the forging, that's not RNG. The fighting isn't RNG. The strategy isn't RNG.
Craft, the entire race system.
That is the most RNG thing. I think if they didn't have this, the game would be a lot more praised.
Hell, even the runes and enhancement stuff is all off RNG.
Kind of.
Not saying
it's not that bad of
necessarily
RNG.
bad because Souls...
I think, chat, sometimes RNG does make a game better. I think it makes... Maybe the races in this game don't make the game better, but, the different rarities of ore and stuff, I think that makes the game more fun.
RNG and fish wish they could be even close.
Because getting something rare in a game is so cool. It's like you most of the time you don't deserve it, but I think that's a pretty cool thing to have in a game. But then also when you're grinding and it pays off and it's not RNG, I think that also is good. And I think this game has both of those things.
It's exciting to play. It's probably the best RNG game out right now, which isn't really a...
Yeah, honestly, I agree.
Accomplishment.
Maybe this or fish.
I'm thinking about it. Exhibit B, the hellish grind of the Forge. Now, World 2 is...
I mean, chat, it's kind of hard to make a good RNG game. Like, this game, Fish, Dig, those are probably the only good RNG games.
Part of the game that will really test your patience for...
Like, games that you can't immediately tell are RNG. Like, most RNG games are you just click a button and it gives you a random thing.
Games like...
This isn't that.
These, because the grind that you will take part...
I'd say it's more of a simulator than an RNG game, because simulators are basically RNG games.
Will actually make you lose your mind if you hate grindy games. It also feels like the developers put majority of the content in World 2 instead of balancing out between both World 1 and World...
Well, World 1 is basically a tutorial world.
2, which I think would have been a better choice.
It's basically a tutorial world, but then you can go back in those secrets. I think it's meant to be more areas than worlds. I think they're gonna add like a new world almost every update. I don't think you're meant to be in one world for super long. Maybe longer than like you'd be in an area in like a simulator, but less than you'd be in a world in a simulator.
Honestly, and yes,
if that makes sense.
I understand the game says beta, but let's be real. Developers only put that there so they can evade all criticism and hide behind the game being unfinished. But once you...
I mean, the game feels finished.
Add microtransactions and make your game public,
I don't think it matters though. He's complaining about the first world not having that much content. Like, that's basically every Roblox game is like that. You're gonna have to grind to get to the good stuff. And the first world has a decent amount of content. I think I'd get too overwhelmed if there was a lot of stuff. That might just be me, but I think there might be too much.
Excuse goes out of the window in my opinion.
I think this guy likes really complicated games, and that's not the audience that they're going for.
But World 2 starts out...
This is a very good... It's like, if you want to play RPG games on Roblox, this is probably a good starter.
With you talking to the slave master, I mean Sensei Moro, as he sends you on your way to deliver a box to...
I mean, he pays you.
Captain Rowan.
He pays you.
Literally the devil himself, who gives you the worst quests in World 2 repeatedly. But you remember...
They are... Yeah, he probably has the least fun quests. But the game kind of... If you follow along with the story a little bit, he does, like, it does feel rewarding, because he talks about, like, how he's at war with the skeletons. It does, like, the story is alright. Like, it's a better story than Fish.
Remember that missing cat quest?
And I think it's probably actually better story than Blox Fruits, or at least better understandable. Like, you can immediately understand the story.
Right, well, say hello to the Goblin King, who wants
Goblin King? I've never met this guy.
A grand total of $85,000 to get into his cave for a cat.
Oh, is that where you get the cat? Chad, there's a quest in the game where you need to get a quest. Where you need to get a cat.
People hated this quest so much to the point where they literally found glitches and exploits to get into the cave.
Yeah. Oh, that's too much. You're doing too much if you want to get into this cave that bad. Like the cave Like, how much you actually make for getting that cat?
Patched beforehand. And in the cave itself had basically no good ore in it. Not to mention the cat quest only gives you 20k back. Literally the worst possible designed quest in the game. What were the developers honestly thinking? But other than that quest, we have the guy who tells you his
I thought the cat was in World 1, but I guess it's in World 2.
whole life story, and then wants a health potion 1 specifically. This bounty hunter...
Yeah, chat! I was actually crashing out. You need to give him a health potion 1, but he's in area 2. And in area 2, the potions you buy are level 2 potions. So you have to go back to World 1, grab a level 1 potion, and then go back to this guy. It's so annoying, chat. I actually was crashing out.
Who wants you to eradicate the skeletons.
I might make a clip of when that happened to me, because I was actually so mad.
To the ruined cave mine. Then you have the demonic pickaxe quest, which is on the...
They gotta... I hope they patch that. I think they will, because... I complained about that. This guy complained about that. I assume other YouTubers playing this are talking about that. It is in beta, chat. I know he said beta is an excuse. Like, there aren't actually any crazy glitches.
Arcane pickaxe. But essentially...
There might be a lack of content, but that... I think there's a good amount of content.
90% of World 2 grind is...
Like, this is, chat, this is a game that I think would be worth it if you paid for it. Like, chat, I think this actually did... This had, like, 10,000 players when it was in paid access, which is really good.
Exactly that.
And there wasn't too much hype on the game.
Until you get full inventory, you fill up your index, and then you go to the forge and just craft heavy armor to sell in order to unlock the necessary pickaxes for progression.
That's basically what I've been doing.
Then rinse and repeat until you are finally able to get the arcane pickaxe back in World 1. Now World 2 is 100%...
Is that the best pickaxe?
The game starts to show 90% of its flaws, especially in terms of the uninspired quests, if you can even call them that. Every time you complete one task, another one pops up, and it's even more...
Yeah, chat. One thing I don't like, the quests. So, right here would be where the quests are. They pop up on the left side of your screen. There's so many. And you can't, like, cancel them. I wish you could cancel the quests. Or, like, track the quests.
Grind. Like, even a fetch quest or store...
There was a quest where I had to get stone, and I couldn't get stone, even though that's, like, the most basic rock in the game. I just couldn't get it. Now that's gonna be stuck on my screen for the rest of my time playing this game.
Storyline or two would have been more interesting than this, since this game is supposedly also an RPG.
Yeah, there's not much of a story.
Another big problem...
I feel like RPG just means, like, it basically just means a fantasy type game. It's not really... It doesn't really mean role-playing.
Is the actual mobs...
When people say RPG, I think of, like, a fantasy game.
...themselves, which are basically nothing but training dummies, or actually...
There is some, there's scraps of a story.
Give you a challenge, which basically makes trading stronger weapons pointless until you get to the volcanic area. You also have these skeletons who run around with a bomb strapped to them.
Literally from Clash Royale.
Who try to literally almost one-shot you, which I've died to them many times. The mobs in this area, however, do drop
it's like the bomber from Clash
another
Royale.
useless rare ore for the index. But as you are mining, the key to being as efficient of a worker as possible...
Oh yeah, there's like a strat of... If you find 2 ores next to each other, you can mine 1 and it hits 2.
It's finding 2 or 3 rocks close to each other and then mining them.
I forgot about this. I gotta do this next time I play this.
At the same time, there's basically...
Oh, chat, like the video if you want me to play this, or comment.
Like a couple good areas for this throughout the ruined mine.
Chat, I might be glazing the game too much, but I think this guy's hating the game too much, so it kind of balances out.
You will cycle through this for hours, leading to immense boredom because you can't even AFK due to the fact that the enemies also spawn in those same areas. So
well, yeah, I think that's a good thing, man. You can't AFK.
You're forced to endure this painful...
I wish there was something you could AFK, because I like having something I can get a little bit of progression when I'm doing something else. Because that makes it easier to keep up with the game. I hope they add something that's AFKable.
Full grind. Man, this game literally sounds like...
I think it would be cool if they added pets, and you could make the pets go and mine or go and fight. That would be pretty cool.
Torture the way I'm describing it. I mean, I literally started to lose my mind about halfway through.
I mean, it is basically just like a working simulator.
Through the grinding.
Okay. Dark skin girls, you can put it in my video.
What? What's Bo doing?
But once you start mining cobalt cores, you can actually start getting legendary ores.
Okay.
Starting with the
I got this without a cobalt core. I got this from it wasn't cobalt core. It was just cobalt.
Finally, after hours, I got the arcane pickaxe by skipping everything after mithril axe, and I went to the volcanic area with all the good stuff as of right now. Then you're met with the ultimate AFK spot right at the spawn, and it gets wicked here. Is bro?
Oh yeah, that is the strat. I saw some guy doing this. You just you just like get an auto clicker and just stay here.
Avoid getting griefed? Has it really gotten this serious? Bro is going crazy.
I wish they did have an area that just didn't have any guys. And there's just a giant rock you can mine or something.
Usually
be
you
cool.
see multiple people ganged up, all mining the exact
Can't wait for private servers.
same basal vein, trying to steal the.
This would be a fun game. I think they should have voice chat to more games like this, like Fish and stuff. They'd be great with a voice chat because you can just chill out.
Or you might.
This is a very chill game. Except for when you're getting ganged up by like a bunch of bombers and axe skeletons and stuff.
Get people who
Which
grief
happened to
and
me.
try to get people killed.
I was trying to read chat, because I was streaming this game. I was trying to read chat, but then every time I read chat, some skeleton would pop up and I'd have to fight him.
This greedy motherfucker decides to bring the monster over to me. There is no way the Forge gets this serious. This is a sign to hop your stinky ass in the shower.
Just absolute chaos, because this is one of the only spots where you could genuinely AFK for hours if you wanted to, up until you get full stash. Then you
I mean, you're not supposed to AFK.
go back and make the armors again and set.
I don't know if you should be... I don't know if this is a valid complaint.
I just wish the developers actually get.
You don't need any... You shouldn't be AFKing at all. Depends how long does it take you to AFK. Because AFKing right there is basically the same as mining. Unless the game is insanely grindy, which I don't think it's not that grindy. I think
Incentive.
you shouldn't have to AFK. And the AFKing shouldn't be part of the game unless it's a super grindy game.
AFK in the same area. Then on to the actual volcanic area itself, which can get pretty
I gotta get to this area.
toxic due to only a certain amount of volcanic rocks actually spawning, which give you the best ore in the game currently. So people just either get very greedy or use literally none of their brain cells, not like they had any to begin with, and mine bad ore rocks that causes them to take forever to respawn. Because the method is to crack the rock until it gets to like 1.3k health, look inside, then dip and wait for it to respawn.
Oh, wait, chat. I didn't even realize. It's a strat to look at. Because, chat, when you're mining, you actually can see the ores. Because the rocks go down. You can see the ores that are inside of it. That's actually... I didn't actually think of that. I think that's good that they have that as a strat.
Fully grown. Kind of like some fathers
So it's still RNG, but you can check. You can, like, check.
in the world actually. But the biggest menaces down here, and probably the only
The
good
Reapers?
mob, is the Reapers, because they actually pose sort of a challenge if you can't parry, but they are fun to fight.
Oh, wait, you can parry? I didn't even know you could parry the enemies.
Who would have thought 15 hours in the devs would actually add a well-designed enemy? The other mobs down here are reskin skeletons.
Well, it does not take 15 hours. I feel like I'm about, like, maybe a third, maybe a quarter of the way through the game. I've gotten like a quarter of the way through, like, area 2. It does not take 15 hours.
And a lava
I think this guy might just not have a good stat.
slime. Why is bro down here with this weak sword? Look at him. He's about to die. Why? Let me help him out.
Chat, it is a good game. This guy's hating, but, like, see, this game just looks nice, too.
He actually died.
It's a fun game to grind.
There's also this new mage skeleton enemy that was added, but he's also super easy to defeat. Oh my, that's so lame.
I feel like they could do a cool admin abusing.
Exploiters also run rampant in World 2, but it's basically a guarantee with
do you
grindy
exploit?
games like this that have a weak anti-cheat. But once you suffer through
I don't know how you would exploit in this game. Maybe the AFK thing would be an exploit, but that's like the only
the
thing.
volcanic grind, you could finally get the good armors and weapons. I got gauntlets that literally
Chat, usually, unless you're using actual, like, hacks and cheats, if an exploit is just using a glitch, I don't think they should get banned for using glitches. Unless, like, if they're using hacked clients, that's different because no normal player would be able to do that. But if it's just a glitch, I don't think you should be able to ban them.
explode, and then the armor is black and the chest plate is see-through. The coolest part about the armor and weapon crafting system is the actual look of them. They do
Yeah, they
genuinely
do.
look
Everything in this game looks really
pretty
cool.
cool.
I think sometimes the races look kind of dumb.
But one of the coolest parts about all this is
I wish you could turn off the way your race looked, because some of them, like the goblin, when I turned on the goblin race for my guy, and he looks kind of dumb, but it doesn't matter because I don't look at his face much. But like the skeletons and stuff, sometimes they look kind of dumb. So I wish you could turn off the way your character looks sometimes.
being able to run through all the mobs in World 2 by the end of the
And just set it, like, you can either have it be the way the game sets it as, or you can have it be, like the way your default avatar is.
your grind, because it actually kind of makes all of this worth it. But I don't think I could take this type of grind forever. Seriously, we need some new quests. Exhibit C, the future
I mean, the game's been out, like, they haven't done many updates.
for the Forge. As long as the Forge developers don't sell to do big, I think this game has a chance of surviving more than.
I don't think it'll be too pay to win. Like, maybe they'll add, like, limited stuff, like, limited pickaxes and stuff. I think as long as they're not insanely pay to win, I think I'm fine with that.
3 months. But it's up to Fire Attack to see if this really is the passion project he so desperately claims it is.
It feels like a passion project. It feels like a passion project that was also able to be successful. Because some games on Roblox are like games that everyone calls underrated. Those are passion projects, like Fighting or Block Tales. Those games aren't gonna be successful on Roblox. This game is able to be successful on Roblox, but it also feels like a passion project.
I want to add PvP to this game, and let me tell you,
I think PvP could be cool, but yeah, it needs a rework.
That needs a complete rework.
Fully agree with this guy.
For PvP to even work in this.
If we wanted PvP to work, they'd have to have, I think what they would do, they do a special PvP arena where levels don't affect anything. And yeah, maybe, I think it could work. They could have different builds and stuff, like different races. I also think they should make it so you can craft different races, because right now it's just RNG.
Game. I can't even imagine how PvP would be in this game right now without a combat reach.
PvP is basically just bandit beating.
Fast attack speed weapons will rule the game because the combat in this game will heavily favor them. The parry
it's just whoever has the best stuff. That would be the PvP
system isn't good enough to fit. They need to go for something like Deep Woken instead of Blaze of Chance level combat. But
I think they could do like both. They could have swords that are very basic and have a low skill ceiling but aren't as good, and then they do like kind of Deep Woken type attacks.
As far as
I've never played Deep Woken, but I've heard it's good. I've seen some of the gameplay. It looks really nice.
Actually being added to the game, and honestly looks pretty solid. It's a winter themed map with bosses.
I feel like all the areas, I think they might all be like themed on like maybe not all of them, because eventually they'll run out of seasons, but I think they're all going to be based on seasons. I think we'll get a spring one for area 4.
It's confirmed, and then you have these ice spider models.
Oh, these are really cool.
Animations which look good, honestly. And then you of course have the spear weapon being added, which looks like it'll actually be good.
I think that'll be cool, and also a mace and an axe. Do they already can you already use axes? I think these would all be cool. Maybe they also had a bomb, like the skeleton bomb. Yeah, chat, I think this game has a lot of potential. And if they add all this, then I think PvP would be better, because there's different weapon types.
The biggest
it's not just the best thing. It would still be whoever has the best weapon, but then there'd be multiple best weapons.
Issue this game might have is power creep, because what RNG type game doesn't have it at this point? With every
Is that like, I don't know what power creep is. Is that like being over leveled just makes you win?
Update comes more and more grind that makes what you grinded for before.
I think the way they counter this, and the way that, so chat, a popular game is Pet Simulator. Now this game had a lot of grind, but chat, I know a lot of you probably don't like Pet Sim, but Pet Sim had a way to fix this. Pet Sim, what they did events where you could get insanely, like, the stuff was balanced for the events, but outside of the events, the stuff you would get in Pet Simulator during the events would be, like, the best stuff in the game. And it would be balanced for the events, but it wouldn't be balanced, for, like, outside the events, so it would be, you'd be able to get real strong real fast. I think they'd have to do something like this. Otherwise, it's gonna turn into a Bloxfoot situation where you can't really get new players, and if you do, they're gonna have to grind for like hours.
Pointless. I just hope this game doesn't follow this same.
Right now, I think you can probably, maybe not 100%, but like you can get very far in this game in like 3 to 4 hours. You basically not 100%, but you could be finished with the game if you wanted to.
Path, because I will actually quit it. But overall, I'll give The Forge a solid 7 out of 10, and it absolutely smashes.
You know what? I think that's really good for how much he's been slamming this game.
All of the games.
I'd give it more of like an 8.5.
Rounded. But
I'm also into simulators and stuff.
Favorite video. If you guys enjoyed this video and like some more content like this one, don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, chat.
And I'll see you guys.
Go subscribe to TechieOP. And also subscribe, like, and join the Discord. And yeah, chat. Thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.